You're listening to Talking at a Slot, and we're having It's a Scalextric's TV and film slot car knockout competition. I said it quicker.
And your teeth stayed in.
I'm Scott.
And I'm Nick.
And we're having the third set of round one matches, if that's so games 9 to 12. And we've got some exciting matchups coming, haven't we?
Quite. I mean, we started with 32 cars. The draw was done at random. We're now into the second half of the group stages, and it's an Essex derby. It's green on green.
You'll have to explain that to some of our not English.
It's basically, the same side attacking itself, because we've got Fords, as they call them, with an S in Essex.
There's lots of Fords. So we've got the professionals Capris against Harry Potter's Ford Anglia.
Yeah.
We've got Starsky's Torino against James Bond Aston Martin.
The granddaddy of them all, the James Bond DB4 GT from the 60s set versus...
Which we both wish we owned one, because it'd be worth a lot of money.
Versus Lightning McQueen. And the Vanishing Point Challenger versus the 1960s Batmobile.
So, diversity. This is what we like. So, without further ado, a quick recap on how do we do it. So, we drew them at random, and there's a separate video if you want to see how we did the draw. And then when they come together, Nick and I discuss, argue, and ultimately agree based on how accurate it is, how good a model it is, how much fun it is, and ultimately, do we want to take it home? So it becomes that hard puppy in the dog pound thing. Which one are you going to take home? So there's been some toughies already. James Bond has not done well so far, let me say. If you wanted to look back at some of the other games, he's only won 1 of 4. So it doesn't bode well.
Familiarity's bred a bit of contempt there, hasn't
Well,
it?
he's well represented, but he's running out of options at the minute. So... So without much further waffling and ado, we'll get into the first one, which is Professionals Capri versus Harry Potter Ford Anglia. Now, for those of you who've listened before will know already that the man to my right is something of a Professionals fan. And give us a brief description. How much of a fan of the Professionals would you say you are?
When I have a spare moment, which isn't that often, but I started in lockdown when I found a map or the shooting books of the production, and all the locations were there. So I started once lockdown was eased enough and I could go out on my own in a car, hermetically sealed, to visit places where parts of the programme were shot, mainly all of them outside London so far. And it's just become a thing I do. So if I have a spare afternoon and the weather's not terrible, I'll get in the car and potter around these places and ponder on how the world has changed since they stopped filming in 1978.
So it's fair to say
Yes.
that going into this head-to-head, you're not impressed by the boy wizard.
Well... the thing is, I am, because I love the Harry Potter films, and my kids do too. And actually, looking at it from every which way, there's nothing not to like about the Harry Potter Ford Anglia, apart from the fact it doesn't have Hedwig.
Ah, okay, this could be crucial. No owl. The owl may be the difference. So,
in presentation, there's a lot to dislike about the FF motor, which is stuck in there.
Okay, so let's go through it methodically. So, in terms of how good a model they are, again, I'm going to bow to you because you had a hand. No, you didn't have a hand.
I had a slight hand in the finish and the box artwork, but I couldn't do much about the model, which is how my relationship with Scalextric really started, because I complained so bitterly about the Mark III Capri.
At which point half of it...
George Turner will be, if George is listening, I think he's probably got better things to do, but George will be going, there's no such thing as a Mark III Capri. There's a Mark II and there's a second Mark II.
See, he knows a lot of detail about Capri. What was your issue with the accuracy of the Capri?
It's hindquarters, a traditional blind spot for recent Scalextric issues, such as the MGB, which looks a little bit like a Triumph Herald at the back end. Also, the blockiness of the front, and obviously because the cars are set up managed by the magnet and how far it is from the track. It sort of drops down quite a bit too much on the sills. It's not as bad as a MR slot car Corvette, but it ain't far off.
Nothing is. So it's not in marks out of 10 for accuracy. How what would you give it?
Well, the colour's good.
Well, you had a hand in the colour.
I had a hand in the colours, and I had a hand in the wheels. But yeah, ultimately, I've got 2 sets. And Simon did actually send me one from Scalextric, which is the one that got broken in the post. So I have no qualms about modifying that one to, I think, as good as it can get. It is so close. And actually, first world problems. It's not the best Capri model ever made. But it's so possible to do. Like, I've got little ones for an HO railway. Genial little things. And they are immaculate. And it's like, it is possible to do.
Is it possible? Okay.
Somebody, it was just good enough.
Scaling complex shapes is quite difficult because
if you can do it in 1/87th, you can do it in 1/32nd.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna defend the model makers a little bit, because I think sometimes things can be completely accurate, but they just look wrong.
Yeah, but this isn't that.
Okay. Harry Potter, Ford Anglia. Now, you've probably never been in a Ford Anglia, have you?
No, we had a Ford Popular when
I
my dad went through a lot of interesting cheap cars. He did Bangonomics for a while in the 70s. And so we had a 1953 Ford Pop sit up in bed.
Wow, that is, yeah.
Yeah, in almond green.
Very of its time, yes, lovely. Yeah. Well, my next door neighbour, who used to occasionally give me a lift to school, they had 2. They had a 4-door one and a 3-door one. So I spent quite a bit of time in the back of an Anglia. So I have to say, looking at the Harry Potter Anglia, it looks fine to me. But which of the 2 would you say is the more accurate?
I would say
owl aside.
Hedwig aside, looks wise, I think the Anglia's got it.
And how important is the owl?
Well, if you're a Harry Potter fan, I imagine that could be a contributory factor.
So there's a gap
to the fact that it's currently at £24.99.
It is available at a somewhat discounted rate. I suspect that's got a lot to do with a lot of them were made and then distribution in the US didn't quite work as well as it should have done.
Could be that.
So I think that's maybe why. But so there's a gap in the market for a one.
On Black Friday, with the additional 25% that I got, I was actually going to be paid by Scalextric for taking one away.
Given one. Please take this out. But yeah, there's a gap in the market for a 3D printed 1/32 owl. For those who want
in a cage. It's got to be in a cage.
In a cage, that would be difficult. I can see why they probably left that out. Would you have accepted them having a sticker? No. It's a reference to Sean the Sheepman over there. Anyway, so on balance, we're saying Harry Potter wins the first round, or is it?
Well, no, because then we've got I mean performance of the cars.
Okay, well, we haven't really been considering performance. Someone in the comments.
Well, desirability. You see, for me, I'm going to have to go with professionals in terms of my desirability of it, and I can see that I can.
Well, we haven't gone. This is just accuracy bit we're doing at the minute. So just an accuracy.
Accuracy, Harry Potter gets
okay.
that.
So now it's about fun. How much fun is it? If you're playing with it on the track, how much fun?
Capri wins hands down.
Because
it's got a normal standard Mabuchi motor.
Yeah.
It's a decent chassis, and if you take the magnet out, it's a hoot. It's like driving a real Capri, which I have owned.
This is undeniably true, isn't it? Yes, yeah, that's difficult. Yeah, so all the small Scalextric cars have got the little thin high revvy motor.
They are little boxes of hate. All of them. The Volkswagen Beetle. The Volkswagen Camper,
I'm surprised they don't use that as a marketing line. Little box of hate. You can see why we don't.
There are no redeeming features to that motor. It's on or it's off, and it's too fast, and it's...
This is why I turned the voltage down to 9, and at the opposite of Spinal Tap, turn it down to 9, and it's great. You can blast it with your heart. But I agree.
Buy one, and you are a let's say you are the customer that Scalextric's advertising to, or it makes its models for. You never undo the screws. You keep the magnet in place. You only run it on standard track.
Yeah, it's absolutely fine.
It's a blur. There's no point. You might as well. You might as well just buy any old thing.
Warp speed.
Yeah, it's like.
Okay, so even with a magnet in
I'm doing that again.
Did what? Oh, right, you
did it again.
Did. So even with it, magnet out, it's no fun. Magnet in, it's no fun. So it's no fun. So Capri wins. Okay.
So
I think I know the answer.
What's the extra time here?
The third one is, which one would you? They're both in front of you. You've got to imagine you haven't got any of them at the minute.
Yeah.
You can't go, well, I've already got one. What is you're both in front of you? Which do you want to take home?
Well, given that I was effectively being paid on Black Friday to take an Anglia away, and I didn't.
Yes.
And I've got 2 sets of the professionals. My vote has been cast on that.
Was that's so professional. Yeah. Yeah, sorry, Harry. I'm afraid. Yeah, he's right. It's got to be the Capri. A win for the Capri.
The Dementors got him in the end.
A win for the Capri. Yeah, a win for the Capri. Not unsurprising. Okay, moving on.
Feisty one.
All right, feisty one. What's we got next?
Starsky and Hutch's Torino.
Yes, the big red tomato.
Versus James Bond's Aston Martin V8, as featured in The Living Daylights, and of course No Time to Die, the last one.
The one with, well, everything was in No Time to Die, wasn't it? They threw the literal kitchen sink at that.
I saw no Loti.
I'm surprised they didn't get their bloody auto gyro out just for that. That's how he escaped. That's how he's alive. He had an auto gyro in his hip pocket and he's escaped. Spoiler if you haven't seen No Time to Die. Okay, so Starsky and Hutch versus Bond. So I'm going to go. So in terms of accuracy, I think the Torino is great.
Me too.
I think, and one of the things I think is great, but not only the car has obviously got to be right, and it is, and it's on those wheels, all good stuff. And I was so taken, as was most of the population at the time, so taken with that car that I drew a giant picture of it in my own with pencil. And probably had I got a Mark III Cortina as my first car when I was a young man, it would have had a big white stripe down it. I didn't. I got a Datsun. But anyway, so I'm very fond of that. But I think what really, really sets it apart is the wit and the wisdom of putting the figures in, and 2 things: the elbows up on the windowsill, and Starsky's wearing a cardigan.
Is that, Scott, one of the ones that we'd file under the... Well, they'd probably never make anything like that again. Like the Van Moorland Maserati 250F.
Why do you say that?
The attention.
Oh, okay. Well, no, gee, I don't know. I mean, I think the modern Mustang GT3, for example, is very fine piece of modelling.
I suppose in the Jerry Anderson stuff, that's all got the.
I think, I think you. I think.
Fair enough.
Maybe
no, I've heard that comment made. Okay. I thought it was worth raising.
I know what you mean about the thing. The 50s Grand Prix cars were things of joy. I mean, that Fangio looks like Fangio, and he's sort of slight head cock in the Maserati and stuff. But anyway,
I will say, having just got the BRM stack pipe, I was amazed to see the not drilled out completely, but there are holes in the exhausts.
That is impressive.
That is impressive.
That is impressive. Even I've got one, but I haven't run it very much. I haven't got the magnet out yet. See previous comments about mad engines. So yeah, Torino, big childhood favourite of mine. It's a nice model. Magnet out, slides about nicely. Over to you. Case for Bod.
So, well, first I can echo your comments on the Torino. First of all,
you can. Yeah, feel free to agree with.
I grew up with it. There would be no professionals without Starsky and Hutch. They wanted that riffing off each other in a cool car in London, obviously, rather than New York.
Oh, was it New York? Yeah, New York. Yeah.
I loved the show. It was one of those ones where if I was really good and had done all my homework and brushed my teeth, I could stay up and watch it. And one of the mechanics at Silverstone had a red Datsun 120Y.
Wow, of course, yes.
He proudly painted that stripe on his red Datsun 120Y. And it instantly became cool.
And, well, yes, I think that's
So, yeah, I think that's all in its favour. The Aston DBS is a car that I want very badly to love. I've got one. I've got the Golf painted one.
Okay, so it's in disguise.
In disguise, because it's a race car, and my oldest friend bought it for my 50th birthday because we used to marvel at V8 Astons racing at club weekends. But it's suffering from Scalextric Capri-itis. In that the front end is square when it shouldn't be, and the rear end is all over the place.
Okay.
And I know Simon's going to be going, but we scanned it. Well, maybe there was some fluff on the scanner. I don't know. Maybe someone from NSR was on the scanner that day. But whatever happened, the shape is just not there.
Okay,
And I have just bought one, the James Bond ones.
okay, so it's not, and it's, but I think on the upside, to post a defence here, because James Bond is struggling in this competition. It comes with skis.
The second issue does, yes.
Yeah. So,
Which, if you want a car with skis on, there it is. Knock yourself out.
I think it's fair to say it's the only slot car available with skis.
Yes, I'm personally mine is skiless, which is coming. I have bought one. I'm saying this about the car, and I have bought one.
Can you? I don't know this. With the skis fitted, can it actually get past another car? Probably not.
I don't know, because I've just got a horrible feeling someone's going to try it at the club because you won't be able to get past them.
So the skis are probably going to become an extremely collectible item, aren't they? Because the car's going to survive, but the skis are going to disappear quite quickly.
Yeah, that's true. Invest in 3D printing.
Invest in the skis as well. So, so detail-wise, Torino
gets
win.
it.
Most fun?
I think they're about the same. They're both Sidewinder Scalextrics. I run my Gulf-coloured DBS V8 on our club track for fun before the racing starts because it's just a nice car to drive. It's like any of the Scalextric muscle cars, really.
Okay.
Whereas the Torino is massively fun. Put some sticky tyres on it and it's up there with the fastest of the cars in our Scalextric muscle car class. So I do race it quite often and it's hilarious watching it race. I've taken it round the rally stage.
The light flashing.
With the light flashing.
That's a light flashing, man. That's the universal hand symbol for light flashing.
We had a charity do that Mr. Jex organised, and our club went along with a track. And when we weren't letting people run on there to raise money, we'd throw the Starsky and Hutch Torino on there because that would draw a crowd.
Yeah, tiny little boxes for it to drive through, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So I think in terms of fun, I think the Torino wins.
Yes.
I think so.
Goodbye, Mr. Bond.
I think Mr. Bond. So I mean, just for the completeness of it, which one would you want to take home?
Torino.
Yeah. So it's a whitewash. Sorry, James. All is not lost, but you've lost that one. So a victory for the big red tomato, which is good. Next one up.
It's the granddaddy of them all, the 1960s issue Aston Martin DB4 GT with an ejector seat versus Lightning McQueen.
Lightning McQueen. I think before people are probably screaming at their listening or watching devices saying, but that's not the same scale. But it exists, it is Scalextric, and it's actually quite big. Yeah. So, and who knows, it was a cartoon car, so who knows how big it really was. He actually changed size quite a lot, I think. So it's included. Pause to say, isn't it remarkable that in 1966 or 67, I think from memory, they were making a car which had an opening roof and an ejecting little man. That is great. We really,
And it took them, 50 years to do it again?
To get back to, which either proves it was really difficult or it was a bad idea, which didn't sell. But certainly the second-hand values of them are huge, as anybody who's looked into, even vaguely into collecting Scalextrics. So now, first round is always accuracy. And I have to say, the 1967 car is going to struggle. Well, this is a good question. It's interesting that it's up against Lightning McQueen.
Yeah, exactly.
So accuracy of the James Bond car, it certainly looks like a DB4 to me.
Yeah, and I'm sure that there are scratch builders who have used that body to make some beautiful DB4 GTs. I know that the acknowledged maestro of all things Aston Martin, Mr. Graham Poulton, used the Scalextric DB3S as a base for his perfect DB3S, which he made. And he did do a DB4 GT, which I did buy one of, and then had to sell. But it is the most exquisite thing, and I'm pretty sure he used the Scalextric one as a starting point for his whittling.
Whittling.
And I'm pretty sure that with modern wire wheels, a decent chassis, you know, all the creativity and artwork that goes into scratch building, you can make a decent DB4 GT out of it. A lot of the old Scalextric moulds do stand the test of time.
Having said, a huge amount of its charm, and I use that word, comes from its periodness. Doesn't it? Those wheels, the tall tyres, the whole thing. It's a very nice example of what they, as evidenced by the fact they engineered in the ejector seat. It was probably the peak. Maybe the Bentley and the Alpha after but those are, we don't include them because they're not on the TV. But so it's pretty good. Lightning McQueen.
Lightning McQueen is shiny, big, proportionally it looks exactly right for the car that you see on the screen. It's a big empty shell, but there's no harm in that. SPV is a big empty shell. And the first and the third films are largely unbreakable. I had all three because my children were obsessed with cars as a series. So I bought them. Interestingly, they couldn't have cared less about the Scalextric ones.
Ah, right.
It did not draw them to the hobby.
There you go.
They did collect the die-casts, the little die-casts, and all the buildings and world building that you could do with them.
Yeah, but they weren't. Slot cars were Daddy's thing, you see.
Slot cars are Daddy's thing, and they didn't want to sort of join me with a Lightning McQueen when I was running anything at home.
Yeah, okay.
So it sort of failed on that point.
See, I was going to say, if we were judging this as a 8, 9, 10-year-old, we'd probably go, what's that horrible white thing? And we'll give me the Lightning McQueen now. It's bright red. It's got lightning flashes down it. So, but we're not. I'm 60
Yeah, but then
odd.
they'd say, you know, have you got Mater's Workshop or anything that it can do with it?
No.
We've got a chrome Lightning McQueen, and we've got Enrico Bernoulli.
The sort of Formula One Icari thing, isn't it? Yeah.
I did actually make, well, I've nearly finished actually, on my to-do list, Doc Hudson, the Hudson Hornet.
The breakdown truck thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, the 50s NASCAR.
Oh, yes, sorry. So it's a while since I've watched, yeah.
Played by Paul Newman. Yes. Big Paul Newman fan for a start, but also I just really liked in the first and the third film, the whole thing about Lightning McQueen and Doc Hudson made me a bit misty-eyed, you know.
Okay, you sentimental. So I thought, what's it? Yeah.
I thought, right, well, I'll keep Lightning McQueen and I'll build this, and at least they're there with that whole sort of nurturing and whatever else spirit of the film.
I think, having said all of that, though, I still think a car which ejects a passenger is more fun.
Probably, but I have not driven one, so I can't comment on that. And cars I've driven of that vintage don't grip.
Yeah, but they don't go that fast either, so they're probably more accurate.
They smell and they smoke.
They sound like the old men who own them.
Yeah.
So leaving that, so we come down to it then. They're both in front of you. Which one do you want?
Frankly, Lightning McQueen.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
I'm going to get outvoted here, aren't I?
Well, you can't get outvoted.
True.
I've only got one vote. How do I get to James Bond? It's going to go out again. Are you willing?
It's got to go to On Track.
Well, you will have to do imagination because neither of us have got a 1967 Bond car.
True, but
imagined how it
we
would
have
be.
driven them probably if you take the magnet out of Lightning McQueen, it's fairly hopeless. So probably, and the original idea and the original mechanics of the ejector seat probably mean that it would be an injustice not to put the DB4 through.
I'm glad you said that, because I was going to have to be grubby and think how much it's worth.
We haven't put the villain car in, which is worth even more, because people used to look after their DB5s.
Exactly.
And
So
the villain car got hammered.
I think we're saved from the grubby thoughts. So James Bond mercifully squeaks through.
Is that the first victory for Mr.
No,
Bond?
it's only his second one. So he's, and I think interestingly, well, I wouldn't give it away, but I think the other one will the ejector seat as well. Interesting if they end up in the same. Oh, excuse me, I really should switch my phone off.
Is that the viewer? Guys, will you get on with it?
That's.
Why's my torch on? Weird.
Right. I'll try and edit that out. I'll probably fail, but I'll try and edit
Keep it in. It's probably the most entertaining.
It's the funniest bit. So yeah, I went for James Bond, and that's good. That pleases me. I think. I think I'm happy about that.
So
I think
the
final game of this batch,
match-up,
match 12,
the Vanishing Point Dodge Challenger versus the recent reissue of, or the recent tooling of, the 1960s Batmobile.
Now, I think this is a difficult one, because I think unless you've watched Vanishing Point, and even if you have, because it's a white muscle car, pony car, it happens to be a Challenger, not a Mustang or whatever. So it's not a Mustang or a Camaro.
Yeah,
it's a Challenger. It's white. The movie is a bit odd. For those who haven't seen it, it's a guy who's delivering cars across America. And he needs money, and he turns up in New York, I think. And the guy says, "Could you take this car back to LA?" And there's a vague notion that things are not well in his life. And he says yes, and he's going to drive it non-stop. And in the course of this, the police and everybody are after him, and it becomes a kind of in the middle of America. Can he make it? Can he not?
it's like Smokey and the Bandit without the charm.
Or the happy ending. Things don't go well. So it's not Batman.
No,
it's definitely not camp fun. So on that basis, I tell you now, I've never seen a Dodge Challenger in real life, so I don't know how accurate it is. It's the other pony cars are quite good, so I'm assuming this one is too.
Yeah.
The Batmobile. Not only does it look like what I remember seeing on the TV screen, I had the die-cast one, which was Corgi.
Yeah.
It was one of my favourite Corgi cars.
With the little axe on the front that comes
on the front, little bullets that flew out the back, and a little plastic orange flame that went in and out the exhaust as it went along.
Yep.
And Batman and Robin, of course, sat inside it. So this was one of these ones, as with some of the TV. As soon as they announced they were doing it, I said, "I'm having that. I've got to have it." It comes out the box every now and again. It's particularly interesting if I've got people who are visiting and they come out to the slot shed and they don't know a slot it from a spade, but you put the bat, you say, "Oh, here's a Batmobile," and they go, "Oh wow," they want to drive Batmobile. Same with Starsky and Hutch. Which gives you an insight into why Scalextrics make them, folks. So for me, this one is we can go through the accuracy. Is it fun? Would you want to Batmobile all day long?
Yeah, I mean it's a
fairly
fairly
slam
standard.
dunk, I think.
It's a standard good job done by Scalextric on a muscle car. No harm there. It's in a film. It's also Tarantino. Did an homage to it, didn't he? The Vanishing Point.
An homage.
Oh yes.
An homage.
In whichever one of his films that I haven't seen. It's got to be the Batmobile. It's iconic.
Yes, indeed. That much overused word in this competition, but yes, it is.
It's right up there with the Monkey Mobile.
For a TV series which I know there's repeats, but which effectively disappeared from mainstream screens 50 years ago.
It was on repeat every Saturday.
Oh, I know, but
every Saturday.
Okay, it's as iconic as the Starship Enterprise, I would say.
Yes.
So, Anyway, Batman wins. Hooray! So that's another 4 gone. So we're qualifying. We'll move on to the last batch of 4, but that's going to be in the next video. So thanks for watching, and watch that one when it comes along. Bye for now.